From his endless humanitarian works to being a really loyal friend, here are all the reasons why people love Aaron Rodgers. Let's dive right in. Starting off with the fact that he's a pretty awesome athlete. Aaron Charles Rodgers is the epic footballer who slings the ball for the Green Bay Packers, and he's kind of a big deal. This guy has been in the NFL for a hot minute, and he's got the history to prove it. Back in 2011, he led the Packers to the Super Pro Bowl playoff game, and he's been crushing it ever since. He's racked up 10 Pro Bowl selections and 4 Most Valuable Player awards. And get this, he's 5th all-time with a whopping 449 passing touchdowns through the 2021 season. Bottom line, Aaron Rodgers is a straight-up legend in the NFL world, and there's no denying that this guy knows how to bring it on the field. But if there's one thing that's even better than his pure athletic skills, it's the way he competes. That's right, Aaron Rodgers is super competitive. This guy is a quadruple-time Super Bowl champ, which means he's got some serious competitive drive. Like, next-level stuff. You might have heard about the time he dropped an F-bomb on Celebrity Jeopardy! Or how he remembers every single touchdown and interception, dating all the way back to when he was just 14 years old. Oh, and he's also not afraid to remind the coaching staff that he was picked 24th overall in the 2005 NFL Draft. But get this. There's even a rumor that he once refused to talk to his own teammates for days after losing a friendly locker room card game. Crazy, right? But honestly, who can blame him? That competitive streak is what drives him to be one of the greatest in the game. And it's not just football either. Rodgers is a multi-talented athlete, having played baseball and even clocked a fastball at over 90 miles per hour. So yeah, he's one heck of a competitive dude, but that's what makes him so darn good at what he does. And let's be real, we all love a good underdog story about a guy who wasn't afraid to work his butt off to get to the top. Aaron Rodgers is that guy, and we can't get enough of him. Now, he earns a lot of money for being an exceptional athlete, but the most amazing thing about him is that he uses a lot of it for humanitarian work, like the Midwest Athletes Against Childhood Cancer. Apparently, he's been working with the MACC Fund for over 10 years, and he's helped raise a whopping $3 million for their cause. That's right, this man is all about supporting childhood cancer research and making a real difference in the world. One way he's done that is by participating in the NFL's annual My Cause, My Cleats campaign. And get this, he even auctioned off a pair of custom game-worn cleats to help raise even more funds. I mean, how cool is that? It's not often that you see a celebrity athlete use their platform for such an important cause, but that's just how Aaron Rodgers rolls. He's a champion both on and off the field, and I couldn't be more proud of him for doing what he does. But that's not the only kind of humanitarian work Rodgers participates in. Let's talk about Andy North and friends. Okay, so we all know Aaron Rodgers is a beast on the football field, but did you know that this dude is also pretty amazing at golf? Yeah, it turns out he's quite the golf aficionado and loves to participate in a whole bunch of different golf events. But what's even cooler is that he doesn't just play for fun, he also uses his skills to support some amazing causes. One of the events he's been involved with for years is the Andy North and Friends Golf Getaway. It's a charity tournament that helps raise money for the University of Wisconsin Carbone Comprehensive Cancer Center to fund their research. Think I'm done talking about all of Rodgers' humanitarian work? Wrong. Here's one more, the Salvation Army. When it comes to spreading some holiday cheer, nobody does it better than Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Every year, they host these super awesome fundraising events for the Salvation Army during Christmas time. And let me tell you, these events are a real hoot. Rodgers himself gets involved by hosting autograph signings and auctions, where he even matches all donations up to $50,000. I mean, this guy really knows how to give back. But that's not all. Rodgers also put together this amazing event called 12 Days of Christmas with the Pro Player Foundation and the Salvation Army. He managed to get 20 of his teammates to join him in bringing over 100 children for Christmas shopping and a pizza party. It's just so heartwarming to see a superstar athlete like Aaron Rodgers using his fame for good and bringing joy to so many people during the holiday season. But that's not the only way he spreads joy to people. Aaron also has a love for music, which led him to become a self-taught guitarist. Not only is the man a football superstar, but he's also a musical prodigy. He's been known to jam out with his teammates and even play gigs in some local bars in Green Bay. And get this, his musical influences include the likes of Ben Harper, Keith Urban, and Jack Johnson. I mean, can you even imagine how cool it would be to see him shredding on a guitar? But wait, it gets even better. In 2009, he started his very own record label, Suspended Sunrise Recordings, with his pal Ryan Zachary. Their goal was to help aspiring musicians get their big break and make their dreams come true. They even signed their first band, The Make, in 2011. And in case you were wondering, Rodgers has some pretty eclectic musical taste. He's been known to rock out to the tunes of One Direction and even got a shout-out from Harry Styles himself, who apparently is a big fan of the Packers. Now, that's what I call a touchdown on and off the field. Apart from music lovers, Rodgers also attracted a lot of Game of Thrones fans. I'm talking about the time he was in the final season of Game of Thrones. The football player didn't have a huge part, but he did have a walk-on role in the last season of the show. If you were paying attention in the penultimate episode, The Bells, you'd notice him running from Daenerys Targaryen. You know, she and her dragon, Drogon, torched the entire city of King's Landing. Finally, let's wrap up this video with one more reason why people love Aaron Rodgers. He's super loyal. Let's go back to that Ryan Braun steroid scandal. We all remember when Aaron Rodgers, who was Ryan's BFF and business partner, had his back through the whole thing. Well, some NFL fan went and called Aaron out on Twitter, saying he was delusional. But Aaron wasn't having it, and bet his whole salary for the year that his homie was innocent. At the time, he was raking in close to $300,000 per game. So, you know it was a fat bet. But that's not the end of it. Turns out Braun's lawyers ended up taking a 65-game suspension for using PEDs. Can you imagine how excited that fan was when they heard the news? But wait, there's more. In an article, the fan claimed Aaron still hadn't paid up on the bet. Not that they were holding their breath or anything. And that's all there is to the reasons why people love Aaron Rodgers.